Discuss class regarding presentation of data. So, data presentation is the process of organizing and displaying data in a meaningful ways, making it easier to interpret and to draw conclusions to understand also. So, we'll present the data in the form of tables, graphs, and charts. So, I'll give an example that you have a right skill of watching something and instead of reading something related to that only. So one page of reading and instead watching at the picture of the same information which is giving. So which you will go for? All the people will go for looking at the picture first. What this picture is depicting, what this picture is showing. If there is still any confusion, then they'll go for watching that patterns. So the presentation of data is also similar to that only. So that what all information we have gathered, if we presented in a effective way means we can understand that data distribution very easily in the form of presentations. So, importance of data presentation. Why we need to do this data presentation? To enhance clarity and understanding, facilitates effective communication, supports informed decision making and all, helps to identify the patterns and trends of data spreading and all. So, methods of data presentation. So we have so many presentation different methods of data presentation. In that also we have again different types of classifications also. Firstly, we'll discuss about textual presentation. This is a very simplest form of presentation of data which involves describing the data using written text and suitable for small data sets. This kind of textual presentation of data which is suitable only for small sets of data. So tabular presentation. Organize data into rows and columns in a table. The data which is organized again in it has a types like descriptive data presentation, tabular data presentation, and continuous data presentation. So the effective for displaying large amount of data in a structured form allows for easy comparison of the data. So here some characteristics of tabular presentation of data. So characteristics: systematic arrangement of data, clarity and simplicity, accuracy and facilitate statistical analysis. So this tabular presentation of data have some characteristics that will help us to draw conclusion and understand the data presentation. So graphical presentation. So graphical presentation is uses visual representation such as charts and graphs, makes us easier to identify trends and patterns of the data. So again some few types of graphical presentation: bar diagram, line diagram, pie charts, histograms, scattered diagrams. And characteristics of this graphical presentation is visual representation of data, easy understanding, attractive presentation, shows trends and patterns, facilitates comparison, saves time, suitable for presentation, simplifies complex data. So here if I mentioned these characteristics means while writing how to write like visual representation, how this graphical data are visually represented in a clear, in a easy understanding way, and it enhances visually to understand the data very easily. So this is visual representation, easy understanding. I said an example that while reading one page regarding the same content and watching a picture which shows the same content means easy understanding will go, and first step will go by watching the pictures itself. So it will shows that rising trends and falling patterns, different patterns of data presentation or data spreading, it can be understand. And it is an attractive way of presentation, how attractively the graph can present the information, which will help us to understand very easily, and which will facilitates comparison between the graphs and all, where is rising, where is falling, and we can understand very easily. And it saves our time also. And how it saves everything, we need to write in detail like description formats. It will be very helpful. So next we'll discuss about difference between graphical and tabular presentation. So the Basic meaning for graphical presentation is data presented using diagrams, charts, or graphs. But in case of tabular, data are presented in rows and columns and in the form of tables. So, nature of graphical presentation is visually attractive and easy to understand. This is systematic, structured, and a detailed format of data presented information. So, purpose is to give a quick, clear visual impression of data patterns, trends, and comparisons. But in case of tabular, to provide precise numerical information. So use of graphical presentation is presentation of data, reports, and when explaining the trends, this graphical presentation is helpful, the most one. And the detailed analysis of computation and statistical processing, this tabular data in presentation will be very helpful. Interpretation, easy to understand, interpret at a glance. If you see the graph in a first attempt only, will get to know that what this graph is showing or informing us. And here it requires reading and understanding of numerical values. So accuracy, this is a graphical presentation is little less accurate, and this tabular presentation is more and effective and more accurate one. Complexity, this is easy to understand even with a large data. Data can be concised, or it can be presented in the form of graphs, but in case of it can be for complex and with a large data set. And comparison are visually clear, it requires reading of numbers and all. And so there are two types of tables. There's a discrete frequency distribution table and continuous frequency distribution table. So they'll give information like this. So what we'll do, so we'll form an discrete frequency distribution table. So here we form the table. So they will given a numbers. So which number is repeated how many times, we'll write in the tabular. Followed will form the frequencies. So this 59 is repeated for one time, 61 is repeated for two times, 62 is repeated for two times, and this is a simplest form of tabular presentation of discrete data. Here this is example for continuous group data, continuous frequency distribution of a tabular presentation. So continuous data like 25 to 30, we have in between those numbers we have three times repeated values, so we'll write it as frequency as 3. Like this is continuous frequency distribution of tabular presentation of data. This is types of diagrams and charts. Firstly we have bar diagram. In that, simple bar diagram, multiple bar diagram, subdivided bar diagram, percentage bar diagram, and division bar diagram. So again, second type is line diagram, pie diagram or pie chart, frequency distribution graphs. Again, in frequency distribution types we have 5, like histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve, cumulative frequency curve like ogives and all, and cartographs or pictographs. So bar diagram is also known as bar chart and is a visual representation of data using rectangular bars. So this is an example for simple bar diagram. So they have given in a question, they have given that car A is 50 cars and car B is 75 and car C has 30 cars, and those three cars are different models. So we have simply presented the different type of cars and their strength means 50, 75, like that we have presented in the form of simple bar diagram. Multiple bar diagram. In a multiple bar diagram, also known as a group bar chart or clustered bar chart, is a way to visualize data that compares multiple categories. So here this is an example for multiple bar diagram. Here in north there are product A, B and C. In south, product A, B and C again. So how product A is distributed in north and product B is distributed in north and south, like this distribution, and we can easily compare this graph, this north and south with A, B, C and A, B, C. The difference we can easily understand. So product A in north how it is, and in product same A in the south, so its value is high in south direction. Similarly, the product C is in north is very very high, but in south the products is in a very lowest one. So it is a multiple bar diagram. It is easy to compare the data. Subdivided bar diagram or component bar diagram, it's also known as component bar diagram, is a type of bar graph used to represent the data that is divided into different components. So here this is an example subdivided bar diagram. So here in x-axis we have family A, family B, family C and their expenses. So here I have depicted, so family A, family B and family C, their expenses. For housing 5k for family A, family B 10k and family C 8k. How they were using their expenses, according to that we have presented the graph, and it shows that different subdivisions in the graph bars. Percentage bar diagram is a specific type of bar graph that focuses on displaying data as a percentage of whole. Percentage bar diagram is a good and subdivided bar diagram, but subvariable values are converted into percentage because of length of each bar is equal to 100%. So here this is an example for percentage bar diagram. So we have made an 100% of each, and in that their products and their categories have divided by that percentage, and they have depicted here clearly product A, product B, product C, and their different variables have different for different products. For product A different is so everything is represented here. For calculation, we simplest way of calculation is of the product category variable, what variable and what expenses that has, divided by total of that and into percentage 100. So after that what value will get, that value will fill in the graph and will mark it. So similarly for all product we have done, and this is how it looks as a percentage bar diagram. Deviation bar diagram or divided or division bar diagrams. It is constructed when the given values are positive or negative. Usually this type of diagram constructed in economic sectors like profit and loss. So here they have given the year in that profit and loss. So in the year they have got profit, and in the year 2016 they have got loss. So how their profit and loss presented in the form of graph. So we'll discuss about line diagram is a constructed when the data are even with a different time variant, and for example monthly OPD patients, yearly passing percentage and all. So we have an example and we presented in the month of Jan 70 patients, so we have marked as 70, and Feb 60. Similarly for each month we have presented the data, and it will looks like a simple line diagram. So pie chart or pie diagram is subdivided circle, is also called as pie chart or diagram. It's a component of circle divided according to the degree of angles. Pie diagram is a circular statistical graphic that visually represents the data as slices of pie chart. The entire circle represents the total 100%. So here is an example of blood group A, B and AB and O. So number of students, blood group A 60 students, blood group B 180 students, blood group A and B, AB it's 90 students, and blood group type O has 30 students. So will number of students will total, and after totaling we'll get around 360. So next we need to do this, that is 60 divided by 360 into 360 degree. So what angle will get, that is nothing but our 60 degree. So here that in a pie chart we depict that this 60 degree, which the piece of pie chart which is indicating group A blood group, and group B is like similarly highest one we are having B type group, type B blood group, and like this is AB is about 90 degree and O is 30. So like this we have represented the pie chart, and the